Hello again, Andy with Handy Andy Handyman, Handy Andy On Demand, our little small project division. And we were out at Ray's home over in East Cobb, Marietta today. And we're looking at some basic repairs. It's getting ready to rain, so I'm going to hurry through these. When you see where that gutter hits the edge of the chimney siding on that roof chimney, see the streaking underneath it? It means there's no kick-out flashing there. So water's getting between the gutter and the edge of the siding. And this is masonite siding, which is basically cardboard. So all of this siding right here is rotted out, definitely from the gutter below. It's hard to see it with this particular camera, but if you look close, you'll see some shadowing on the left edge of the siding all the way up through there. So if I were to get up on a ladder right now and push my hand, it would go right through it. So we recommended for this homeowner replace all that siding with HardiePlank and installed properly. The bottom edges on siding on a chimney like that, each corner should be nailed. You don't blind nail siding on a chimney like what's been done. I'll show you in a minute. He had somebody else do some repairs here before. This siding right here, he should probably budget to replace it. It's okay for right now, but anywhere where it's sitting on the shingles like that, it should have an 1 to 2 inch gap between the bottom edge of the siding and the shingles. Here, it looks like they may have gone over an old roof, and so the new estate shingles that are in there, the architectural shingles are thicker, and so they're actually right up against the edge of the siding, and that typically will come up in an inspection repair. He's replaced these windows in the front all the way around, and if you're getting new windows installed, do not get talked into getting this aluminum trim kit installed over your trim, because wherever you see the black lines, the water's going to get behind there. It's going to rot the old wood. So you're better to keep that stuff painted up. So many times people will buy products and they'll say maintenance free. Like this homeowner wanted to put gutter covers on his gutter, and the challenge, you could see it right next door. If you look at this homeowner, see all that debris on the gutter right there? That's gutter helmet all the way through there. Well, they don't tell you at the home improvement stores or at the home shows you go to them. Systems like this can cost anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000 in a house. And there's a whole bunch of different brands that they make, but they don't tell you you're going to have to clean that edge once a year. And it's more expensive to clean that edge by hand once a year than it is to just have a company like ours come clean these gutters twice a year for you. It's pretty basic. He's got a similar issue here on the gutters, where if you look at the bottom edge of the gutter, you see the rivets through the bottom right there. The gutter's been leaking, and that wood underneath is the fascia board, and that's now rotted, so we can repair that for him as well. You can see where his corner boards are never caulked and sealed. Every time it rains, see that black line? Water gets right in behind it. For here, he thought he needed to replace the framing on his garage doors. This is old growth wood, and it's fine. It just needs to be caulked and painted. The individual panels on the garage doors, see where this black line is right here? You just need to caulk and maintain that. This is masonite, so it's basically cardboard like the siding on this house. If you let it go, it'll rot out, and that's what happened down here. So the previous owners paid to replace this bottom panel. It gets kind of expensive. For here, if you just scrape, caulk, and paint both these doors, you're good to go. He's got some HardiePlank siding here that a handyman did. It's not spaced right. See the big gap on that third piece up? And the rest of this is masonite, which, like this piece under here behind the flower, where you see that gap in it, it's rotted. So slowly over time, he just needs to replace a few sections of siding. Most of his siding, same thing we explained to this homeowner, when you look at the bottom edge of the siding, the wave is the framing, it's not the siding. So people will come out and tell you this is defective siding. It's not. As long as the bottom edge is nice and tight, which this all is, it's all uniform in thickness, the siding is good and doesn't need to be replaced. You can see on the back side of the chimney, you'll see these bottom pieces up here are rotted out. And then down here in the bottom corner over the roof, there's 3 rows right there that are rotted. The rest of the siding's in great shape, only because if you get up close on it, you'll see the previous owner. You should see some brush strokes in here. See right in here? That's from a brush. So whoever painted it got the bottom edge as well. Not as good as we would have, but it looks like this house was painted probably 10 years ago. And then he just wants us to go ahead and scrape and repaint these few windows on the back here. Now, what we were talking about earlier, we talked about maintenance-free materials. And the guys come out and they'll go ahead and caulk this. So here's a door that somebody replaced, and this has vinyl trim. It'll never rot, right? So look right here in the corner. See that gap right in here? This has never been caulked and sealed. So every time it rains, where do you think the water's going? Underneath the jamb, so it's rotting the framing under here. It'll get to the siding. And this trim will never rot to let you know, hey, Mr. Andy, I've got a problem over here. Come fix me. We hate it, but when contractors sell you maintenance-free materials, do yourself and your wallet a favor and just walk away. So he had a handyman come out and he replaced this siding back here. You cannot piece in hardy plank siding against masonite siding. You need to replace the entire rows. And you see what's happening. So as you come across, you can see like this row up here is rotted again. He should have just done the whole row, but he was trying to save the homeowner some money, and the spacing is off. So when you see these nail signs right here, see here, the siding's supposed to cover that. This is as high as you can go for your nail line. This is the blind nail to siding. So that's all wrong. And he could have actually ordered, the masonite comes in a thicker panel, and he would have had this matched up. He just didn't know what he was doing, so he got the wrong size siding. But you really don't want to piece in what he's done here. And if you look, as you come across in here, like this piece right here, if you have siding like this at home, if I push, see it, it looks okay until you put your finger on it. And that's the problem with masonite siding. If you can't caulk it and caulk every nail head, and this is where I laugh at stuff. If you look close at this house, whoever had the house hand painted it, but they never caulked the nail heads. And that's why the siding's going bad. Whoever did this chimney right here, you can see the piece of the siding right here. See it? It's not even nailed. It's blind nailed underneath here. On chimneys like this, you need to nail the corners down. Standard practice, and that's just the way it should be. All of this is streaking down the gutter in here. The camera's having a hard time focusing. I apologize for that, because there's no kick out flashing on the gutter. So what we try to do with our customers is form a relationship. You got to be patient with us. It's me, my brother, and 30 guys running all over Metro Atlanta. Today I'm in the truck because I had to go to a customer's and pick up a bunch of materials and stuff in the back. So I actually work with my guys. I'm not just a salesperson. We get out here and run all Metro Atlanta. We do pretty much everything. You name it, we do it. You can reach us at 770-912-2829. Sometimes you can catch me at 770-265-9017. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.